Hey guys, how's it going? I did want to do this video. You're going to see the video on my potato garden, and this is for Shedwar's 22 Global Gardening. It's a tip, and I do want to talk about some of what this is. I'm going to talk about the Ruth Stout method and why she did what she did, and how it's worked so good. There's a lot of videos that you can watch to see that, and I urge you to get on the YouTube and really look that up. So if you're a new gardener or any gardener, you can literally grow she grew, I think, everything this way without having to rototill, without having to dig, without having to bring in compost, without having to bring in good soils. She did everything the same way. And I've seen other videos where people have a rocky soil and they say they can't grow, and they do what I'm going to say right now. We'll talk about what she has done and what I did with mine. All right, what she says and what a lot of people do is you can have a backyard with fully grassed, and you're going to grow potatoes or any other thing you want to grow in there. What she does is, on the potatoes, she finds her spot that she wants, and she will, if you got a big potato, has a couple eyes on them and all that, you want to cut them, split them apart, let them heal, take them, or whole potato, just lay it on top of the ground. Just lay it there, okay? Then all you're going to do is take hay and throw it on top. Everybody seems to have a common depth of about 8 inches. And the reason is what we're trying to do is, when you're planting on top of grass wants to grow, or wants to grow through. I guess what they're saying is, if your grass has a little bit of hay, you have not broken off the hay, the grass to grow. Basically, here's your stem of grass sticking up, kind of like an onion. If you have an onion and you take the onion and you completely break it down, fold it over at the surface, it quits growing, it dies out, and it's done, okay? All right, the grass is the same way. If you put a little bit of hay, it kind of folds it over like that, and the grass will start to grow right on out. Well, I guess they're doing a common depth. The weight of the hay will fold that grass down, so basically it starves, it shuts that grass from growing. And then that hay sits there and it composts down on top. So what she's done is she plants a potato, she throws the hay on top, and she forgets it. Okay. Forgets it. Last year, I put my hay on top of mine. I believe I watered it maybe once, could be 2 times, and I never touched it again. Other than, this is where my tip comes in. As your plant comes through, you'll see my plant come on up. And I wait till about 12 inches tall, somewhere in that area. And then I will go install another bale of hay. I will use a bale of hay in the area that I'm in, and it's straw hay, and I'll pack it around the plant. I pack it on the sides, around it, so the plant just keeps on growing up. The purpose is you're trying to get that roots to grow a little bit more amongst your hay, and so there's more growth of your potatoes. So you're going to see my video that I put hay in, and so I may have only that much of the plant showing again. Now I'll wait for another week or so, and I'll go ahead and throw some more hay. So we're really making that plant get bigger, and eventually I'll stop putting hay on, straw hay. Hiccups, talk too much. Now with my garden, I literally buy the garden that my potatoes are in, and right behind it is a hugelkultur garden. I've said this a bunch. I'm not going to say it again and wear everybody out. But what I did, and I'm going to change it next year, I'm not going to do this. I've actually took the soil and I mounded. I think it's, I can't remember how long my mound is, but I will just go and say 25 feet long, 30 feet long, the mound. I mounded up about 1 foot high. And then what I did is I just took my potatoes, I got my video on that, I laid my potatoes right on top, spaced them out, probably about that far apart each, spaced them out, and I threw hay, straw hay, on top, about 8 inches thick of hay. Okay, what you see out there now is where I'm at. And what I've noticed is, and I said this in my video also, at the end of the year, I literally left all that hay. I had 2 bales of hay. You will see all this hay. And it breaks down over fall, the winter, and spring. Now, because mine was, it broke down, but I also poured grass on top early this spring, and I wanted to till that into that soil. So I did till. But start next year, I'm not going to be tilling no more. And on that area. And I'm just going to start laying hay and let the hay decompose in there, because all I'm going to do is just lay my potatoes on the soil next year and put hay back on it again. So I just wanted to say that I know I didn't talk a whole lot about out there, but when that hay, straw hay or hay, decomposes, you've got all those nutrients that's in that soil, in that hay, that gets into your ground. Also, it holds moisture. It holds moisture so your roots will keep on growing. It'll keep your plant going, because you really don't want a whole lot of water around your potatoes, because it can rot them. So that's not what we're trying to do. Another thing, it doesn't need to be, if you loose soil, so if you think about it, you're just laying it on top of the ground. You're not packing it anywhere. It's just laying there. You're laying the hay on top. So your roots will be able to grow around underneath there. So hopefully everybody understands what I'm talking about. Last year I did the roof stout method, and I loved it. And I'm doing it again this year, and already I have seen they look great. So I'm going to take you outside, or I did take you outside, and this is a video I'm going to show you about it, how it turns out when I'm doing. All right, guys, I hope you understood. Here we go. And today we're going to look at my potatoes. And a lot of people just plant your potatoes and you cover them with straw and you leave them alone, or they keep adding dirt and make things grow. I guess more, just like what I'm fixing to do. I'm going to add straw, but when you add dirt, it allows it for more growth of more potatoes. Okay, we're going to show you what I'm going to do. I've been wanting to do this for at least a week, but we have been having tremendous downpours of rain. This has been this way every day. I'll take that back. Yesterday's no, but other than that, it's been raining here a bunch. This morning we've gotten 2 inches of rain. They say today we will get between 5 to 6 inches of rain. That is crazy. Everything is drowning. Just having a hard time with everything. I stopped putting stuff in the ground because I'm worried about them falling over, getting weak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you right now what I do with, and I'll show you my potatoes. Now, if you all remember, on my potatoes, all I had was a mound. I mounded up my dirt. I placed my potatoes on top, and I covered them up with hay. And here you go. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 potato plants has popped up. I don't remember how many I planted. I think it was 30. So I've already got my hay stacked right over here, and I'm gonna go grab some hay, and I'm gonna show you what I do with my potato plants. We're not adding dirt, we're adding straw hay. Okay, I got my straw hay. Let me grab some of this. It's been sitting, it's already wet, it's been sitting outside. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna move the plants apart, and we're gonna start putting straw hay in between the plants. We want to start raising, just like if you're adding dirt to your soil, all we're doing is add straw hay so the plants will start growing up and out further up. I've been wanting to do this for a while. You want to get them as soon as they start popping out and just start raising the hay. Make a suggestion to you too. I don't know how it is in your neck of the woods, But for us to get hay, get your hay early in the spring. Get yourselves a couple bale, because this time of year you cannot find straw hay nowhere. Let me go ahead and add some over here now. And what that's going to do is let's put some over here. Wipe my shirt. Anyway, what's going to happen here is, as we're going to I'm going to keep stacking hay up around here. Come summer, when you're lacking of your rains and all that, your moisture will stay a lot better in this ground, and it's going to promote more growth. So let me continue putting straw hay all the way down. All right, as you can see, I threw the hay in. I built up the whole area, and I did in an early video talking about prepping my gardens. All this hay you seen I put here, I left right on this potato patch, and I tilled it in last fall. Went back through it again at the beginning of this year, and then threw some other stuff on top. So you know the soil's good. All this hay, I think last year I put 2 bales of straw hay on top of this. That's how tall I got. Guys, I love it. I will never go back to another dig burying them. This is what works for me. I've said many times, gardeners, homesteaders, we never fail at anything. We learn what not to do next time. But that does not mean that it can't be done on your property. I've learned that. I've always buried my potatoes. They never come up that big. They were never nothing for me. Most likely it was the soil. I know where I used to live, the soil was a very more clay and soil. This here is a more sandier soil, and that's another key. Sandier. They do love nitrogen, love fertilization, and in fact, I haven't even hit them yet with fertilizer. I'm fixing to soon. I got a video coming out about that. But it just here, this way, I mounded up. I put the potatoes on top, laid the straw on, and here you go. I don't know how long it's been. I should have looked before I did the video. I will say 3 weeks. I could be very, very wrong. It could be 4, but I know it's not been more than that. Maybe 3 for sure. Look how tall they are. So I'll show you next week what it looks like, and see how much more they've grown. All right, guys, we're gonna go.